Hey guys, Ashley here. Today I'm so happy and excited to be sharing with you my thoughts on the newly adapted, everyone's going crazy for it, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, based on the lovely novel by Miss Jenny Han. Today, my look is inspired by Miss Laura Jean. I have my little bow action going on here and the pinks. I attempted to do some little hearts right here, but they are kind of effed up. They look like little blobs. I don't have one of those like really fancy makeup stamps, so this is what you're getting today. Ha! But yes, so I'm gonna be sharing my thoughts on the movie and just like what it means to me and just all the things. Let's go on to All the Boys I've Loved Before. This review I want to split up in two parts. I want to share my thoughts and feelings overall on the movie, and then I kind of just want to talk about and touch on what it means to me having this type of movie out there today in this day and age. So yes. So I actually have owned To All the Boys I've Loved Before for quite some time. It's been on my TBR shelf, if you want to say, for maybe 3 years or so. I even have it signed. I met Jenny Han a while ago. I was obsessed with her middle grade book, Shug. That was my thing in junior high. I was like, yeah, Shug. Before I knew it, you know, just so much love for To All the Boys I Loved Before, all these story sets, these picture sets, like it was just like everywhere, and everyone was like, Kavinsky, Kavinsky, Kavinsky. So last minute, I picked up To All the Boys I Loved Before. I read it in 24 hours and then I immediately went to go watch it. I thought it was perfect. Honestly, this book is the perfect book to be an adaptation. As we follow Laura Jean in her story, we follow her through the first day of school, the fall season, you know, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. We just see her through all these segments in time, and I feel like that makes it so much easier to adapt into film. So I thought that was done really well. Of course, let's talk about this amazing cast. We all know that Miss Lana Condor was the perfect Laura Jean in every single way. She just embodied her so well. Just, of course, Kavinsky. He made me like Peter when I initially didn't like him as much in the book. In the book, Peter reminds us a lot of how much of an attachment he has to Jen, and that isn't as obvious in the movies, because, you know, in the movie, he's like, yeah, me and Jen were a thing, she'll always be in my life, I'll always care about her, but boy, movie Peter is like instantly in love with Laura Jean from the minute they start fake dating. You see how he looks at her, you see his little cute smile? Love. Instant love. In the book, however, you see him a lot more with Jen. You know, he's calling her on the phone all the time. He goes to her house, and it's kind of just like a constant reminder to Laura Jean where that she's like, this is fake. So Peter, movie Peter Kavinsky, I love you. Another thing I just want to touch on the movie real quick is her relationship with Josh. That is one thing that was a little bit different for me, in my opinion. In the book, I feel like her relationship with Josh is a lot more tangible. You kind of see that connection she has with him. Unlike in the movie, you know, it's like, okay, yes, I love Josh, but that's not gonna work out. I'm using Peter to get over Josh, and now I'm over Josh and I love Peter. But in the book, you see them talk a lot more one-on-one, and I feel like it's a lot more convincing to be like, oh my god, she really is loving Josh. And then you kind of slowly see how Peter is just like slowly entering her mind, and it's just great. I feel like everyone has the same opinion about this movie. Those are just my general thoughts. Oh, one thing I did think of is when she's reading the letters at the end that her sister put back the hat box for her, that Peter was sending her all these notes. I was like, girl, you literally sitting here in front of Josh, who I believe is still a little bit in love with you, and you're just reading in front of him all these notes that Peter wrote you. She's like, from Peter, you look pretty today. And then Josh is just sitting there like, I'm like, that is so cruel. Like, am I the only one who was like, man, this poor boy, you're just hearing all these love notes from this boy you do not like, you hate. Another few other extra moments when he twirled her around in the cafeteria. I was like, huh. But, okay, so that's all I'm gonna really talk about on the movie so far. I obviously loved it. Love, love, love. I kind of really want to talk. This video is about to get deep, guys. I kind of want to talk about how I feel this movie being an Asian American and how I feel about all of that and representation. So let's get into all that good stuff. So yes, if you didn't know, I am Vietnamese American. I was born and raised here in Texas. So growing up, I did not love myself growing up. I was pretty ashamed to be Asian. I did not want to be Asian. I did not want to associate myself with anything Asian related. So for example, you know, I only started watching anime a couple years ago because someone introduced me to it. I literally never wanted to even look at anime growing up because I thought it would be too Asian. They would just be like, oh, there's an Asian girl watching anime, she's so Asian, and I just didn't want that have that connotation with myself. What is represented in media and television and music videos and commercials, the standards of beauty were very obvious, and Asian people were just not it. And if Asian people were ever, you know, featured in a movie or a television show, it was always in a stereotypical role. But just having these type of movies out, I literally just saw Crazy Rich Asians yesterday, and whew, I have some feelings about that. Having movies like Crazy Rich Asians and To All the Boys I've Loved Before out, it's just so inspiring, and seeing all these movies being loved on social media and praised for, it's also just so heartwarming, because like growing up, I hated myself so much. I wished I was white. I would literally sit in my room and wish I was white every single day because I hated my features. I hated how like small and flat and buttony my nose was. I was like, this isn't pretty. This isn't what society says like being pretty should be like. So having characters like Rachel Chu and Laura Jean just be so confident in who they are, and even like Laura Jean, how she dresses isn't necessarily the societal standard of beauty. I read something actually that Jenny Han had tweeted that I felt really inspiring and lovely. I'm gonna read it now. So this is her talking about her inspiration behind Laura Jean's outfit when she was discussing with the movie producers, people. I'm not a film expert, whatever you call these, the costume direct designers, meh. So this is her discussing how she wanted Laura Jean to be portrayed in the movie and how important it was to her. But she basically said, it might not be what a teenage guy would find sexy, but it's what she feels pretty in, and for an introverted girl, it is a way for her to express herself. And that to me just, wow. You should wear what you feel pretty in. Having someone represented like that on television and seeing someone like Peter Kavinsky fall for her, thinking she's so pretty, it just means a lot to my younger self who hated herself and hated the way clothes fit on her and how it didn't suit my body type all the time, what I was expected to wear to be pretty and feminine, all these standards of beauty. Just having someone like Laura Jean is just so inspiring and moving. Even now as an adult, being very confident with who I am today, seeing this adaptation gives me confidence to wearing what I want to wear, especially as someone who considers himself a little bit introverted. It's just, oh, Jenny Han, why do you do this to me? But yeah, and I feel like it shows girls, you know, like you can be Asian and you can feel pretty, you can be confident in who you are, you can get the boy, you can be the lead of the rom-com. And I know this video isn't about Crazy Rich Asians, but I feel like it fits into this theme of representation. And Crazy Rich Asians especially, it was so nice seeing Asian men portrayed in a way that was supposed to be sexy and hot. Okay, here are these like nice masculine men, how they are represented in movies and television. You know, Asian men aren't usually cast as masculine roles, so therefore people typecast them and think they're not sexy, which is totally ridiculous. So just having all these movies, especially Crazy Rich Asians, which just portrays not only like a wide cast of different people, it was very diverse in that factor, and I really appreciated it, and I was getting a little emotional in the theater. And it's just all really nice, and it's just one big spiel to say that representation is important, especially for young people growing up and trying to figure out who they are and who they're trying to be and are struggling with being body confident, because being a teenager is not easy. You already doubt yourself, you already doubt your confidence and your appearance, so just having these type of movies to show you that, hey, be you, it is okay to be you and be confident in who you are, it's just all really nice. But I don't know if it's coming across like how much all this means to me, and seeing all the love on social media, even like all the people who've been doing reviews, including myself, we are taking fashion inspiration for Laura Jean. I've seen so many of my friends wearing scrunchies because Laura Jean wears scrunchies, or being like, hey, Laura Jean outfit inspiration today. She's an introverted Korean American girl, and she feels pretty, so this is what she's gonna wear. Therefore, you should feel pretty and wear what you want to wear. So yes, that was my thoughts on To All the Boys I Loved before, but not really, and it was more my thoughts about representation and being Asian American. But you should be proud of who you are. Don't be ashamed of your culture. Own up to it. If you're Asian, be proud to be Asian. Comment below and tell me your favorite scene from To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Honestly, the scene that I keep replaying over and over in my head is the hot tub scene, because oh my gosh, like reading the book, I remember I was reading the book and I was sitting and I was literally just like, ha, 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 oh my gosh. But when I was watching a movie, I was also like, eee. I was feeling all of it. I was feeling all of it. All of it. I also went to immediately buy the next 2 books in this trilogy, so I will be reading those very soon and letting you know how I feel about those. But that is the end for today's video. Sorry I went on a little bit of a rant. Alright guys, my name is Ashley. This is Ashley Outpaged. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to go on Netflix and watch To All the Boys I've Loved Before if you haven't already. It's amazing. It's great. Please support this film so we can get a sequel, because you know I'm ready for it. I haven't read the second book, but I'm already hyped. I'm hyped. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching again. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Thank you.